Hi, I'm Kent Land from Brand 67, and today I'm here to talk to you a little bit about positioning, brand positioning specifically. If you know what positioning is, great. If not, positioning in short is how you hope the world sees your brand. Specifically how the prospects or the ideal prospects, the people that might be your customers or can become your customers, how they see your brand. When we look at finding what we call the sweet spot for the brand positioning, it's one of these Venn diagrams where you have three circles that overlap, and there's an area in that overlapping area that becomes kind of the sweet spot. In the attempt to define a positioning for any brand or product, service, whatever it might be, you really need to analyze these three areas. The first is audience insights. Analyzing this area, you're going to be looking to find what we call the DMV, the deep, meaningful values that align with your brand. Audiences can be huge, and not all of their attributes are critically important. The only ones that are, important are the most relevant attributes, and even beyond that, we can refine those down and say we need those attributes that are the most valued attributes. Yes, they must be relevant, but within that, there may be some that are more valued than others to that audience. And when we find those deep, meaningful values, that will lead us toward the right tools and channels to reach that more specific audience. So it's really about refining down and not building on to the attributes and the demographics and things like that. It's really about refining down to the most important attributes, the ones that are valued the most. The second is marketplace dynamics. Who's out there in the marketplace? It's a crowded area. How do you define a unique value proposition out of all those that are already out there? It becomes a process of kind of mapping what exists and finding the areas, the categories, and the emotional values that are being offered as unique selling propositions or value propositions by all of the competitors. Then we can begin to define what combination of attributes and values that can give us, our clear quadrants that we can define that maybe no other competitor can quite match. And in that space, we can find an area in the marketplace that we can own. And it might seem to be a small space when you add all the right attributes, but that is actually a good thing. That the smaller you can define that area, the more clear it becomes for people to recognize and see. So finally, you get back to the internal realities that we have to analyze. And really, this might be the first thing you have to do because it is the hardest part of positioning, and it's facing the internal realities that, are often loaded with bias and, good meaning. But from the inside, we can often not see what our potential prospects see in our brand or what they need to see in our brand. So this requires a real reality check for the stakeholders and a lot of honesty in how we look and analyze the purpose and the meaning and the benefits that a brand truly offers, their prospects. In order to get started on this process, at Brand 67, we offer what we call a brand scrum. It's a free 30-minute meeting. We first get some input via a brand questionnaire that we send, and then we listen, we read and we listen. And then when we get to the meeting, we provide our frank feedback. And that's an opportunity to provide unbiased perspective on the brand that a lot of times people feel like they haven't heard. And it gives us an opportunity to find out if that open, honest exchange is what the stakeholders really want. And if it is, we push forward on that, and usually we begin a great relationship. So that's a little bit about positioning and how we look at it at Brand 67. Thanks for your time. We appreciate it. Give us a like and subscribe if you want to our YouTube channel, or visit brand67.com. And you can find out more there and get more branding and marketing insights. Have a great day. Thanks for being with us.